This is Kayla Toposte from Group 3, Hurricane Maria.
Hi, my name is Javier Palmea from Group 3, Hurricane Maria.
Hello, my name is Marcy Kitchen. This is Group 3 for ESH-502.
Hi, my name is Javier Palmea from Group 3, Hurricane Maria. To strengthen Puerto Rico built environment, we propose decentralizing the power system through solar microgrid and backup batteries. Critical zones should transition to underground wiring to prevent collapse during high winds. Green infrastructure, such as restoring wetland, planting mangrove, and using permeable pavement, can reduce flooding and storm surge impact. Finally, each municipality should establish a community resilience hub with independent power, water, and communication.
Hi, my name is Marcy Kitchen. When we talk about preparing for the next major hurricane, strengthening our homes and buildings must be one of our highest priorities. Every year we see how storms are becoming stronger, faster, and more destructive. Yet many homes, especially those built decades ago, were never designed to withstand Category 5 conditions. Updating building codes to reflect this new reality is not just good policy, it is a moral responsibility to protect lives. Reinforcement starts at the top. Roofs should be secured with hurricane straps, metal fasteners, and impact resistant materials that can resist uplift and flying debris. Windows and doors must also be built for retrofitted to withstand hurricane force winds. For coastal areas, especially in Puerto Rico, wind resistant shutters can mean the difference between a home surviving or being destroyed. However, resiliency must be equitable. Not every family can afford these improvements, and that's where community support becomes critical. Grant programs for low income households can help families retrofit their roofs, elevate their foundation, and reinforce walls. Establishing a community safe home certification program would allow residents to know their home structural rating, creating awareness, pride, and shared accountability for safety. These steps are not only about physical protection, they build community resilience. When homes are secure, recovery after disaster is faster, cheaper, and far less traumatic. Investing in stronger, safer housing now is far less cost effective than rebuilding what we lose later. Working together, updating our codes, and empowering residents can ensure that every home, regardless of income, stands strong against the storms ahead. Preparedness should not depend on privilege. It should be the foundation of every neighborhood and every future we build.
Hi, my name is Javier Pamias, and related to emergency evacuation plan, our evacuation strategy combines mobility, accessibility, and safety. Puerto Rico needs region-specific evacuation route and transportation for residents without vehicle, especially the elderly and those with disabilities. Shelters must have solar energy, clean water, and medical supplies. Communication should be multi-layered using radio, alert, and community leaders. Prioritization is essential for medically vulnerable population.
That's really. Hi, this is Marcy Kitchen. Our group came up with a few ideas on an emergency evacuation plan. The military could develop a permanent station submarine equipped with essential supplies to sustain the population for over 10 days, supported by a network of flood resistant underground tunnels for safer transfer. The system would include designated spaces for pets, ensuring that all members of the community, human and animal, are protected during catastrophic events. In essence, it would function as a modern day Noah Ark, combining advanced engineering, preparedness, and a compassion face of the climate related disasters. Another idea is some sort of small bracelet evacuation system, similar to a life alert, but are distributed to residents either with disabilities, elderly, or the medically vulnerable before the disaster hits to help locate and assist these residents during and after the event. They can be waterproof, solar paneled, and utilize a mesh networking so it does not have to rely on cell towers.
This is Kayla Taposte. Public health is central to disaster preparedness. Hospitals and clinics must have renewable backup power to prevent medical interruptions like those seen after Hurricane Maria. Clean water systems and monitoring can prevent outbreaks of waterborne diseases, while vector control is crucial as mosquito populations expand with climate change. Mental health support and mobile medical teams are also essential to protect communities during prolonged emergencies. This is Kayla Taposte. The goal for this plan is to design it for continuity of care, not just survival of impact. In comparison to previous disasters and their responses, it is important that during our response and in recovery, we center vulnerable populations and integrate mental health into every response phase. Some lessons learned that we can carry over into our preparedness and response measures include integrating mental health into disaster plans, train first responders in psychological aid, instill school-based mental health programs, support community healing spaces and organizations, and maintain hotline systems with backup power. This is Kayla Taposte. This includes a list of references used throughout our presentation. This is Kayla Taposte. This concludes Group 3's Adaptation and Preparedness Plan in response to Hurricane Maria. Thank you.